Are you desiring more out of life? More love, more connection, more experience, just more aliveness? Well, that is your soul calling you, and together we are going to uncover those soul desires and help you bridge the gap between your physical life and your true soul self. Welcome to the Suddenly Spiritual Podcast. My name is Emilee. I'm an intuitive, a psychic medium, and someone who recently and very suddenly awakened to spirituality. On this podcast, we are going to talk all about connecting with your soul to live your fullest, most beautiful life. We're going to talk about spirituality from the perspective of the everyday person. It's my goal that you feel seen and supported on this journey of discovering your soul and awakening to the incredible world of spirit. Let's get started. Hello, my friends. This is Emilee, your host of the Suddenly Spiritual Podcast. Welcome back. If you're new, hi, welcome to your first episode. I am so happy that you're here. Like I said, my name is Emilee. I'm your host, your spiritual BFF, your spiritually curious friend. I'm just here to share what I am learning in my spiritual journey, all these incredible messages that I've been getting from Spirit, and I'm here to share them with you because they have been so impactful in my life, and I know that they will be so impactful in yours too. And today, what I want to talk to you about is actually to kind of tell you a little story of something that happened to me recently, like a realization that I had recently, one of those aha moments where the little light bulb appears above your head like a cartoon character. I'm going to share with you one of those stories and then these amazing messages from Spirit that came through with this realization. This is something that just happened to me like last week, so it's fresh in my mind, and I'm really excited to share with you. So for this episode, what I really hope that you get out of it is I hope to help you to see that miracles can only happen in our lives if we allow ourselves to be present. And I also want to impress on you that we get to choose what a miracle is. We get to choose how we perceive our experiences, how we interact with our experience. And I want you to leave this episode with the knowing that joy is waiting for us in every single moment, but we have to be open enough to see it and to receive it. So this little story I'm going to tell you, it's about being present. It's about witnessing miracles because you are in the present moment. And it's about the openness to receive these miracles and to be able to actually see what's happening in your life, see what's happening right in front of you without all of the distractions that we usually have that really prevent us from connecting with the present moment. And when we are not able to connect with the present moment, we miss out on so much beauty, so much connection, and what I'm calling miracles, real miracles in our everyday existence. So with that introduction, let's just go ahead and get into today's topic. I'm really excited to share it with you. So this experience that I had recently, my little aha moment that made me just super thoughtful for the last few days. Last week, when my babysitter was here, I am so fortunate that I have a babysitter here a few times a week. She comes and hangs out with the kids, and then I get to have alone time, which is incredible. As a mom of 3 with a husband who just travels so much, hiring a babysitter has been like the greatest gift I've ever given myself. And I'm not exaggerating. It has changed my life just to get those 2 hours of time to myself. It's been incredible. I love hanging out with my kids, but oh my gosh, I really needed a break. So Anyways, that's beside the point. Last week, the babysitter was here, and as she was here, I got some stuff done around the house, some things I wanted to do for myself, and I realized I still had about maybe 30 minutes until she needed to leave. So I quick put on my tennis shoes and told her I'm going for a walk. I'll be back in just a little bit. And I left my house to go on the walk. And as I'm walking, I was looking down at my phone, trying to find a podcast to listen to, because a lot of times I like to listen to podcasts while I walk. I don't get a lot of time to myself, so it's kind of my only time to listen to the content that I want to listen to. And I just couldn't find anything that I really wanted to listen to, but I was staring at my phone and walking for quite a while trying to find something that I wanted to listen to. And I just heard, like, put your phone away and look up. Like, okay, all right, I guess so. So I put my phone away and I'm walking with nothing in my ears, which I don't usually do. I usually like to have some kind of entertainment or distraction in my ears, feel like I'm like multitasking, I'm learning and I'm walking. Look at me. But I was like, okay, today I'll just walk. And so I put my phone away, put my headphones away, and I look up, and in front of me is this huge swarm of dragonflies, like so many dragonflies. I don't know, 50, just huge swarm. And I was like, wow, I never would have seen that if I was staring down at my phone. I mean, I didn't see it the second before as I'm about to like walk through this huge cloud of dragonflies. And it was just a really cool thing to see. I'm like, okay, all right, let's see what else happens on this walk. I continue walking, and in my path, just I don't know, a few steps forward, I look over, there's some trees right beside the path, and there is this beautiful little deer. Like, it still has some spots, but it's losing its spots, like a baby deer just standing there staring at me. And it was just so incredible. I don't know. There's something about seeing wildlife, making that eye contact, like that connection, where you're just like, wow, what a miracle. And so I hung out with the deer for a little bit, staring at him like he's staring at me before he runs away. And I just couldn't help but think, oh my gosh, if I had been staring at my phone trying to find a podcast still, I wouldn't have seen that. I wouldn't have gotten to experience what's actually in front of me. I would have missed out on these things in front of me. And it goes on the rest of my walk. I'm looking up, I'm looking forward. I'm passing people, I'm smiling, they're stopping to talk to me. It's just these beautiful, like, kind conversations and connections that are happening that would have never happened if I was staring down. These other people were only reaching out to me to say hello, to say good morning, to ask me things because I was looking up, because I was smiling, because I was open. If I had been staring down at my phone or busy with my headphones, staring off into space, these people wouldn't have stopped to talk to me. I would have been showing them that I'm closed. I'm closed off to their connection, and that I'm not open to receive any kind of connection or communication or anything. And as I was walking and all these beautiful things are happening, the things I'm seeing, suddenly I'm noticing like the birds and the trees, and I'm like listening to the birds sing, and I see butterflies, and I'm really seeing things, and I'm hearing things, and I'm connecting with people. Like, I'm really here, I'm present. And as that's happening, I just had this huge realization that the presence that Spirit was calling me to wasn't just for that walk, it was presence for my life, for my whole life. Like, how much of my life do I spend distracted? And when we spend our time distracted, when we spend our time closed off, busy, preoccupied, then we're not open to seeing what's in front of us. We're not open to the miracles that Spirit is bringing to us, the beauty that's being placed in front of us, the connections with other people that are available to us, that are coming to us when we're closed off and distracted and stressing about the past, stressing about the future. We're not able to receive those things. And I just had this realization that so much of my life is being lived in distraction, in me trying to fill the time. And when I fill all of my time, there's no space for miracles. There's no space for me to receive. There's no space for Spirit to bring in something new because I'm too rigid. I've already decided how everything is going to go. And so I'm not open to seeing possibility. And it was just such a realization for me that, wow, like this beautiful scenario of me going on this walk is actually representative of my whole life, and how in every moment, in every area of my life, miracles are waiting for me, connections are waiting, beauty is waiting, but I have to be looking up. I have to be open. I have to be willing to receive those moments, receive that guidance, receive the love, the connection, whatever is being brought to me. I have to be willing to see it. Otherwise, those things are going to pass right by without me ever even knowing. And how much of our lives do we spend stuck in routine, stuck in schedule, stuck in structure, without any space or openness or ability to even see what's happening in front of us, ability to see things that we may not have noticed? How much is passing us by because we are so distracted by tiny details and things that feel so important, but also when you look at the big picture, kind of don't matter. So it was just this big realization that I had on this walk, and how it's really representative of how a lot of times we walk through life. And I want to talk to you about some of the distractions that are keeping us from seeing the potential miracles that Spirit is trying to bring to us. So in our life, our distractions are, physical, like our phones and places we need to be and our schedules and all of like the physical realities of being a human, like functioning as a person in this society. We have so much to do. We've got our to-do lists and we're just keeping busy, new activities. We're busy with our kids, with our partner, with our families. And sometimes, a lot of times, that can really distract us from being present in the moment. There's also the distraction of being stuck in a past situation. Like, how many times has something happened to you that you view as negative, and then you sit and you think about it and you think about it and you think about it for days and weeks and years sometimes. It still comes up and you think, oh man, I really should have said this. Do you ever do that, where you rehash it in your mind and you think of all the things that you should have said? That is a distraction from the present moment. And we do the same thing by hyper focusing on the future. What am I going to do next? What if this happens? And we're in different worries and stresses and things that we are putting ourselves in the future instead of in the present moment. And then what about the times we actually are in the present moment? We actually do have some time, some space, and there is that urge, that deep urge to fill that space. Fill it with listening to a podcast, watching TV, doing chores around the house, doing whatever it is, but filling that little bit of space, because relaxing, being quiet, and having space can really feel uncomfortable for us sometimes. But if we allow that space, that is when Spirit can bring miracles in. That is the space that the universe needs to get our attention. And if we are too busy, then the universe can't get our attention. The universe can't alert us to what is right in front of us. We're just not willing to see. And so by removing some of these distractions, or even just becoming aware of these distractions, that's really the first step, becoming aware of them, and then seeing how you can alleviate them or work around them. Doing so opens us up to see and receive miracles, to see what's in front of us. And basically, the distractions are anything that keeps us out of the present moment. Anything at all. And the present moment is where miracles happen. It's where we get to experience things that are unplanned but are amazing to welcome in, things that we normally wouldn't see or wouldn't notice. The present moment is for miracles. And the thing that I want to point out is that we get to decide what a miracle is. We choose our perspective. We choose what to believe. For example, like when I saw the deer on my walk, that just felt like a miracle to me because I almost didn't go on the walk. And so if I hadn't left my house at that exact time to go on the walk in that exact direction, past that exact place, if I hadn't been looking up, if I hadn't been looking around, if I hadn't been aware, I would have never crossed paths with the deer. Like that wouldn't have happened. There are so many things that had to fall into place for that moment to happen. And that's how every moment in our lives is. And so when you have that perspective, it's like every moment is a miracle. Every beautiful thing we get to experience is a miracle. And even if that sounds far-fetched to you, I just want to say there's no harm in believing in miracles. There's no harm in considering that something is a miracle. It doesn't hurt anything to choose to believe, oh my gosh, this moment is a miracle, and to choose to feel so incredible about it. So, like, why not try that on? Why not try on the feeling of miracles? There's nothing to lose in that. And I would say choosing to see something as a miracle is choosing to feel awe. It's choosing to feel wonder and excitement and surprise. And doing so is going to leave you with this deep feeling of gratitude toward the universe that you get to have these experiences. And so what I really want to encourage you to do is to try choosing that feeling. Try shifting into wonder for a little bit. And living from wonder means that you are going to have to look around. It requires you to look up and look around, look in front of you. You have to be willing to see the world with fresh eyes. You have to be open to what's in front of you. And you have to be open to receiving messages and lessons and miracles. When you're in wonder, you are in the moment. You are in the present moment. I mean, I can't think of a feeling that's more present, because in wonder, I mean, think of a child looking around at something for the first time with fresh eyes, soaking everything up, just full of awe and curiosity and just amazement. Like, what an incredible feeling. And I want to challenge you to try to sink into that feeling. See if you can experience that again. Wonder is my absolute favorite emotion, and it is something that I try to consciously step into throughout my day, every day, because wonder is like, it's like gratitude on steroids. To me, gratitude is it's a beautiful feeling, but it's sort of passive. And wonder is active. It's interacting with what is in front of you, really taking it in and just being in awe. And it really inspires that deep, full feeling of gratitude within me when I'm able to look at the world with wonder, with awe, with curiosity, with an openness and a willingness to see what's in front of me from a new perspective, and see things in a way that maybe I haven't allowed myself to see things before. It's like it opens doors to creativity. It opens doors to like these new perspectives, these new understandings. And it's just incredible. It's the most incredible feeling that I can think of. So I just really want to encourage you to start looking at your life and recognizing the areas of your life where you're looking down, where you're distracted, where you're allowing yourself to be preoccupied with anything other than the present moment. And I want you to try to bring some wonder and some presence into those areas of your life, because Spirit is always bringing you opportunities, always bringing you miracles. But if we are looking down, if we are distracted, if we are stuck in our head, we will absolutely miss them. And the world is so beautiful. It's physically beautiful with all the amazing things that we get to see in nature. And it's also beautiful in our connections with other people and our ability to connect emotionally, spiritually with other people. And this beauty is also in our connection with ourselves. It's in our experiences. It's in our whole existence. And I really want you to get to experience that beauty. We are only on this earth for so long. Like, let's look up, let's live, let's be here. And you can only experience this beauty if you're open to receiving it, if you are willing to see it. So, my friend, I really want to encourage you to just try on the feeling of wonder for a little bit. Maybe, like me, you could go for a walk and decide to do it without distraction, and just let yourself soak in what you see. Look up, be open, smile, engage. Just be so present and allow yourself to notice things, to notice what's in front of you, to be open to what comes to you. If somebody stops to talk to you, talk back. If you see a butterfly, watch it fly by and think, oh, thank you for this moment, Spirit. Be present. I really just encourage you, try on, even for just a little bit, that feeling of wonder, and it will allow you to feel connection, to see miracles, and to move closer to Spirit. And that is what I really want for you, because it will lead you to the most incredible life. You will feel connection, you will feel supported, and it will help you to move forward in whatever direction you are going next. So, my friend, I really hope this episode was helpful. I hope that you connected with this story and with this realization that we're here in this world. Let's look up. Let's experience it. And I really hope that I've encouraged you to practice a little more presence in your life so that you can be here for the incredible things that Spirit is trying to bring to you, trying to show you, trying to allow you to experience. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Suddenly Spiritual podcast. I'm so grateful that I get to be part of your journey of spiritual expansion. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you would leave a review for me on Apple Podcasts. It's a quick, free, easy way for you to support this podcast, and it helps me reach more people who are looking for support on their spiritual journey. You can find a link to leave a review in the show notes. Thank you so much, and I'll chat with you soon.